Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great week, and I hope you have a wonderful upcoming weekend. First of all, I just want to thank all of y'all for your overwhelming support of me and my channel. I cannot tell you how much it meant to me to read all of y'all's comments. You know, it was overwhelming that you support me and enjoy my channel. So I just thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And today I'm going to do the full Valentine kitchen tour. I hope you enjoy it. And after that, we'll move into the living room. And then after that, I am going to show you in the kitchen and living room some of the spots that I store some of the things that I use in those rooms. And it's easy to get to, and it works for me. It may not work for you, but it works for me. So I will show you some of that. So let's get started on the kitchen tour. Thank you again. I'll just give you a little view all the way. I had to pull the shades down some because the sun is out bright and it was a big glare everywhere. So I hope you'll be able to still see everything. We are supposed to get up to 39 today, and it's already 39.2. Then tonight I think is going to be 19 or 20, but then it's going to warm up some. And next week we actually have some days in the 50s. So I'm hoping that all the rest of the snow and ice outside will leave. It's hanging on, and you know what my mama used to always say, if it snowed late on the ground, it was waiting on the next one. So I hope she's wrong on that, because I do not want any more snow or ice this year. I know a lot of people love it, but when you get to my age, it's a problem. Okay, nothing really changed over here. I still have 2 or 3 buds on the Christmas cactus, and it's still going to bloom some more, so I'm happy about that. And over here on this cupboard, I did do a separate video if y'all want to go and look at that, and we looked at everything up close. It just makes me happy to sit here in my chair and look over there and see all those precious Lori Mitchells. They're just so fun and cheerful. Okay, we'll go around the table and I'll show you the table. I know you might have saw a little bit of it in some of the other videos, but we'll look at it closer. And this will give you a full view of that cupboard from back here. On this end of the table, I do have that pie plate, that yellowware pottery pie plate that has the same crown as a couple of my crocks. I think these pie plates are hard to find. A friend sent this to me several years ago. She was someone I met through DUNN, and she said she knew that would be perfect for me and that I would love it, and she was so right. And I just put some red hearts in that wonderful ironstone pitcher and hung the little beads on it. My Valentine placemats had really got to looking pitiful last year, so I did get rid of them. And I had these red and blue that I used last summer, so I decided that I would just pull these out, and that way I don't have to buy Valentine placemats just to use for a little while. And these I'll be able to use again in the summertime, and I love them. On the 2-tier tray are lots of vintage goodies. My pie crimpers. There's an adorable little Valentine. The little small butter presses or cookie press. They could be used for either one. A vintage cookie cutter, a biscuit cutter with the red handle, and that wonderful little red and white vintage pitcher. And down there is a beautiful ironstone red transferware bowl, another cute little Valentine, and some restaurant creamers, and some doilies. We'll go back here. I'll move a chair out of the way a little bit. I'll let you see the whole thing. The little spice drawers are still over there. Well, I have to show you up close because I know I have a lot of kitty lovers. There's that adorable little kitty creamer that Janet got me a couple years ago. It's just precious. A beautiful vintage Valentine. The copper and the scales, they stayed here in my plants. And the little vintage oil lamp. Down here are a lot of my vintage green bowls, some of my favorites. A coffee mill, some old green handle utensils. The half and half is still there with the vintage silverware in it. There's a precious little vintage Valentine and the old flower frogs. And my favorite green striped pitcher. I'd love to have a bowl, but I'm thrilled that I have the pitcher. And more old bowls. Down here are more of the wonderful bowls and flower frogs, and another super cute Valentine, and more of the old bowls. Some of my favorite things are on those shelves. This stayed the same up here, and I brought back the vintage picture of Cynthia, which is my daughter's name. We'll look at that in a minute. That's one of my favorite finds of last year. The picture stayed the same. I just added the little bird with the crown. Down here's a crock and the little cheese box and the little wire collapsible basket. Love that. In the cabinet, I kept the copper pot up there. I did add that gorgeous rooster and chicken paintings. Somebody corrected me. I'm sorry. I know roosters are chickens, but it's just in my head to call her a chicken and not a hen. But anyway you go, I love it. And it's got the little baby chicks. And there is the hen on the nest. That's an Avon one. There's those Valentine measuring cups that our friend Donna got us for Christmas. 2 small hens on the nest. And a precious Anna Lee. I kept the copper pan there. Added this little sweet Valentine. My Angelus marshmallow is still there with the ironstone pitcher. And the Blue Skies Valentine house. And I switched out the green scale for the black scale over here. This is a gorgeous scale. And this is a 1920-something Walter Baker Choice Recipes. And this is in mint shape. Someone had this put up because it is in just wonderful shape. And there's a favorite sweet little Valentine. I'll let you see it all. Brought out that antique coffee advertisement print. Added in that gorgeous rooster. And a couple more tiny little Anna Lees. And an ironstone pitcher. And one of my bigger hens on the nest. Another sweet Anna Lee sitting on the scale. And down in there, Some DUNN, one of my vintage cow creamers on this side, and another one on that side, and 2 more of the milk glass hens on the nest. The red and white restaurant ware oval plates. And there are the Valentine donuts that our friend found us last year, sitting on another one of those beautiful red and white plates. And up here are the spice drawers with another wonderful Valentine. And there is that adorable cat copper mold that Janet got us for Christmas. Breadboard is behind the lamp, and in the brick mold, that sweet little Anna Lee holding her heart, and I left the copper spoons and the copper measuring cups in it, scoops. I'll get back so you can see all of this. Didn't change anything on the top. I left the coffee meals up there. I have to say, through the years, I've enjoyed that shelf that John made to sit on this cart so much, because it really shows up what you put on it, just like the white cupboard does. Down there are some copper molds and some mashers or beetles, and one of my vintage ironstone bowls that has the white stripes, and the old rules are in there, carpenter rules, and the scoops. There's that precious towel that Stacy sent me, and here are those wonderful cupcakes and the big donut that she sent me on my ironstone platter. I just love those. And she sent those to us last year, the macaroons. And I have the Dundee marmalade and that gorgeous red glass hen on a nest on some more of the red and white restaurant ware. And another Dundee with the small little rulers. And I just put some red hearts in that syrup container. I love that piece. And the pearl handles are still there. That's a Frank Cooper marmalade and Johanna Parker. And look at that adorable little cat whose head has a heart behind it, playing a violin. Got that last year, or maybe a year before, I can't remember. And another cream crock, and another one of my cow creamers. And those are little Boyd's Bear boxes, Valentine boxes. Isn't that face sweet on that? Just love that. And more Johanna Parker with those adorable faces. And that's a Boyd's Bear piece. And this wasn't. It's just a cute little Valentine bear with a chocolate heart that I've had for years. More precious Johanna Parker and those cute little elves we got last year. Lots more of the English crocks. And I put those beautiful little toll trays behind there that we got last year. So I love this area. And then, of course, I did a separate video on this cupboard, so you can go watch that if you want to see closer in the cabinets of all the wonderful treasures. And I have decided one way or another I'm going to keep the red and white transfer wire out for Easter. I think I can make it work. Squeaking floors, you know they do that this time of year. And those adorable faces. the match holders. There's a vintage Valentine in one of those. And up there, that gorgeous architectural piece we got last year. And that little felt heart garland. And as I said, we'll do the living room either, I don't know whether I'll get to it tomorrow or the next day. And here's the Valentine tree. The red really shows up good on that white tree that I've had for quite a while. And of course, more Annalise. Bubblegum machine is still there. The wonderful pig. And there is that super cute pig plate that Janet got us for Christmas. And a little vintage Valentine in that awesome flower frog. Pickle jar is still up there, and the copper watering can on the old starch box. Copper on that second and bottom shelf of that. And just a mixture of old treasures there. And the candle mold. And the bee items and the cottage ware in this cupboard. I have a pot of beans cooking if you hear that little clicking sound. Gonna have beans and new potatoes and a tossed salad. I did a separate video of this area. Really enjoyed that box over that doorway to decorate. As y'all know, I have many favorite places that I love to decorate. And you can see the water there in the floor. As I said, real life. Brought the chicken prints back. And that Billy Jacobs. Lots of our wonderful old tins are still out, and some more added to it. And the nut choppers. And the filters are in that great crock. Up here is just our Polish stoneware that we use all the time. And over here, more of the Polish stoneware. That great set that came from a yard sale. The little blue teapot came from a yard sale. And more pieces we use all the time. And DUNN Valentine mugs that I've had since we first started collecting. And here's another really favorite area because it has all these wonderful vintage planters and the beautiful hankies. I've told you before I would love to have some more of these, but I can't pay the prices they want. And there's a vintage Valentine of a little girl doing dishes. So how appropriate to be over the sink. All of these came from yard sales years ago. I'm hoping we'll get lucky and get some more of them this year maybe. And I just put the little hearts on the doors. And more of the Polish stoneware that we use all the time. And I'm using crocks to hold everyday items. There's my potatoes. And up here, the vintage brown band bowls. Just love those. I'm lucky enough to have the whole set. and some of the little pie birds. And here's the smallest of the brown band bowls. And that tiny little Toby jug. And a sweet little Valentine, little Scotty in the spice drawers. And in those bowls I just added some hearts. And back there is that great copper tea kettle that I did not even know it was copper. It was so black. Just love it. And just more of the utensils. And of course there's my pot of beans cooking. And up there I just added the red hearts with the greenery. And these sweet little prints stay here all the time. Except when I change them out, like for Halloween or something like that. Okay, this is all of the kitchen tour. I'm sorry it ran over a little bit, but it's a lot to see, as y'all well know. Once again, thank you again for supporting me. Like I said, I read every comment y'all make, and I just really appreciate each of you. So thank you again for being here. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back again soon with another video. Love and blessings to y'all from me and John and baby boy. Till the next time. Bye-bye.